Hello, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and record me reading this for you so that those of you who would rather listen than read can just follow along. So this reading today is for your assignment on 10/1/2020. This is your Gold Day assignment, and it's called Ecosystems Lesson 2, Part 1, Interactions Among Organisms. And so the directions say, read each section and answer the questions that follow each section using complete sentences. The section will be highlighted so you can't miss it. Click Turn In when you are finished. So you won't be able to do that directly from this document because I'm going to be reading from it, but you can refer back to the original document and work on that. Helpful hint. If it seems like a lot of reading, try looking at the questions first and skimming the text for answers. Vocab words are highlighted in blue. Our essential question for this reading is, how do organisms interact in ecosystems? Vocabulary that you're going to be looking for is predation, carnivore, herbivore, omnivore, mutualism, commensalism, and parasitism. Introduction. The green tentacles of the anemone look harmless, but they are venomous and paralyze small fish. How do clownfish nestle safely among them? Other fish avoid the tentacles, but clownfish are immune to the venom. Anemones benefit because clownfish chase off other animals that might eat anemones. Not all interactions among species are so friendly. In many interactions, one organism may not survive. You have learned that there is a cause and effect relationship between limited resources and the size of the populations of different organisms. For example, you learned that competition for limited resources between species can harm both. In this lesson, you will explore other ways that species interact with one another. You will learn that some species get resources by eating other species. Others interact in ways that benefit both species. Sometimes one species is not affected at all. Still others live on or in the bodies of other species and eat their tissues as a source of nutrition. After learning about these interactions, you will explore how patterns and interactions can help scientists predict changes in populations and design ways to manage ecosystems. So there are no questions for this one. I'm going to go down here. So this section is called Predators. A kitten crouches low. It waits for the right moment, and then playing at being a lethal hunter, it pounces on a toy. Kittens practice this hunting behavior because when they are adult cats, they may need to sneak up on their food. Pet cats do not have to hunt, but cats in the wild must be able to capture and kill other animals to eat so that they have the resources they need to survive. How do scientists describe the relationship between the organism that eats and the organism being eaten? So we talk about predation. Predation is a relationship in which one organism, the predator, benefits by eating another organism, the prey. An eagle owl is a predator that feeds on prey, which is a mouse. The mouse provides resources that allow the eagle owl to survive, grow, and reproduce. So that's our picture right here. There's the owl and the mouse. There are countless examples of feeding relationships across ecosystems on Earth, but scientists have observed patterns to these relationships. One pattern scientists have observed in feeding relationships is that predators can be organized into three large categories depending on the type of organism that they eat. Some predators eat animals, others eat plants, and still others eat both animals and plants. Carnivores, wild cats, carnivores, we're going to talk about. Wild cats, eagle owls, and panther chameleons are examples of a type of predator called a carnivore. A wild carnivore is an organism that mainly eats other animals. Eagle owls and panther chameleons are good examples of carnivores because they rarely, if ever, eat anything other than animals. Most carnivores are animals or unicellular organisms, but even plants can be carnivores. Venus flytraps are plants that catch insects to eat. Herbivores. In everyday speech, we use the word predator to mean an animal that hunts and eats other animals. However, scientists include plant eaters in this category as well. An herbivore is an organism that mainly eats plants or plant parts. Their prey may not be able to run away, but plants often have strategies that make it more difficult for a predator to eat them. A white-tailed deer might prefer to feed on a plant that does not have thorns, so having thorns is a survival strategy of some plants that deer prey on. Familiar herbivores, including grazing animals that feed on grasses such as zebras, wildebeest, and cows. Omnivores. Most humans and many other animal species eat both plants and animals. Such predators belong to another category, omnivores. An omnivore is an organism that eats both plants and animals in similar amounts. Monomonkeys, like the ones shown here, eat many kinds of fruit from plants, such as bananas. They also eat animals such as insects. Because of their diverse diet, monomonkeys are considered omnivores. Raccoons are also omnivores. In cities and suburbs, raccoons often go through people's garbage in search of discarded meat and vegetable scraps. In the wild, they eat a variety of prey, including frogs, mice, eggs, insects, fruits, and nuts. Most humans are omnivores because they eat both plant foods, like grains and vegetables, and animal foods, like eggs or fish. Predators and ecosystems. In nearly every ecosystem on Earth, you will find every kind of predator: carnivores, omnivores, and herbivores. The species that occupy those roles are different between ecosystems, but patterns in feeding relationships are similar. Because patterns are similar across ecosystems, scientists can make predictions about a population based on its feeding relationships with other populations. For example, the populations of both predators and prey change as a result of their interaction. How do populations of predators impact populations of their prey? So you're going to type your answers to questions in the boxes on the original document. So your questions are, and I'll read those aloud, and then you'll have to return to your original document to finish this. Number 1, what are predators? What are carnivores? What are herbivores? And what are omnivores? So you're going to type this in. Predators are, it's a sentence starter for you, ... Carnivores are, ... Herbivores are, ... And then we have omnivores are, ... And then question 2, the species in different ecosystems vary a lot. What is an example of a pattern of similarity in feeding relationships between different ecosystems? And you'll put that in this box here. And that is it for today's assignment. Just make sure you answer those questions and submit them through your Canvas page. Hope you guys all are doing well. Enjoy your gold day. Bye-bye.